Come here, Selah. Come on.
She's caught up in.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Thursday night. Nice to see you all. We have a new wire running, and Selah's not used to it, so she pulled it over.
She sure did.
We are going to do Christmas memories. It's getting to be Christmas time, so we're going to try to get into the Christmas spirit.
That's right.
Does that sound fun?
It's about time we got into the Christmas spirit.
And we're going to have guests.
Yes.
And we've wanted to have guests for a really long time, and so we're going to have you all. We're going to have our listeners, 3 of our listeners anyway, come on. And I just had this thought, this is a terrible thought, just like 10 seconds before, is what if we can't get a hold of the listeners? Like, what are we going to do during the show?
We're going to have to tell our own Christmas stories.
Okay. All right. That's the backup plan, I guess. But we already have Rob on the line. Rob's going to be our first. Hello, Rob.
Hello, Cal.
He is there. And I wanted to put on some Christmas music, so just to set the mood. So we're gonna play some Christmas music in the background. Let me put that on. Here you go. There you go. So there's some Christmas music for you in the background.
I'm inspired.
While we're broadcasting. So what we want to do is we just want to get in that Christmas spirit. So refresh each other and just try to jog memories in one another. It would have been fun to have you all on, but we can only choose a few. So we're going to start with Rob. It turns out we have 2 Polish Christmases tonight.
That's right. How did we manage that?
So my guess is we're going to learn a little bit about Polish Christmases as part of our process. But we're going to start with Rob. So Rob, what are your big Christmas memories? Like when I mention Christmas to you, what do you think of?
So hold on, because I'm going to be speaking in Polish a little bit. But one of my memories is Vigilia, where my aunts and uncles and my mother and father and my sisters would gather and sing Christmas carols, which in Polish are kolendes. And one of the Christmas carol, the Polish Christmas carol, is in our hymn books today.
One of the Polish, apparently not in Polish.
Not in Polish, in English.
Huh. What? So, you want to guess what that one would be? Ida, you got a guess?
I don't have a guess.
Polish hymn. Is it one that we all know, Rob?
You should know it.
Huh. I don't know. What's a traditional Polish hymn that's in our hymn books today?
Can anybody guess?
All right, they can guess and we'll give the answer. What's the answer, Rob?
It is, well, Mary Lou, you're almost right. In Polish, it's called Święty Leży, and it is in English. I gotta hum it. Give me a minute.
To remember what
Can you hum a few
He knows
bars?
it in Polish, but he doesn't know it he doesn't remember it in English. You'll think of it as we go.
Yeah. As I go,
You want to sing it for us? Do you have a kazoo?
No, I can't. No, my mother can sing it. I would like my mother to sing it in Polish at church and have our choir sing it in English. But she won't go for that.
Huh.
She used to be in a choir way back, but now she doesn't want to do it.
So,
it's not sounding like Kathy.
So what was what were the words that you said again before?
It's Święty Leży.
And what is that? What does that describe?
It's baby Jesus.
How about Away in a Manger?
No.
Okay. I don't know.
I had it all written down, but guess what? It's downstairs and I'm upstairs.
How about this one? I just looked up on a website. Infant holy, infant lowly.
infant holy, infant lowly.
Actually, there's 20 of them listed here, but that's the one I recognize. There's others, but that's the one I recognize. Infant holy, infant. I wouldn't be able to hum that either. I don't think.
Yeah, me either.
Infant holy.
But how nice! That's good to know.
Infant. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Good.
I got them.
I got it right. I'm glad I was able to figure it out too. That's cool, Rob. So you really were raised like in very Polish tradition?
For Christmas Eve, my grandparents on my father's side came from Poland, and my great-grandparents on my mother's side came from Poland. So the tradition on my mother's side was always to meet Christmas Eve and have the dinner of the 7 fishes, and then go to church, and then come home and sing Calendes, which is Christmas carols.
The dinner of 7 fishes.
Yeah.
Now that I've heard of, but we don't do that. We had French Christmas.
So 7 fishes.
We don't do the 7 fishes anymore because we usually did shrimp.
Oh, shrimp.
But
that sounds good.
But unfortunately, at the age of 25, I became allergic to shellfish.
Could it be the feast of the 6 fishes?
Well, he can eat 6 of the 7.
There you go.
He could still pass it by. So it was 7 different kinds of fish.
It was 7 different kinds of fish, like shellfish, haddock.
How about anchovies? I don't like anchovies.
No anchovies.
That's good. Okay. Pickled herring.
My dad liked pickled herring.
I could come up with 7 kinds of fish I'd want. Can you? Do you like fish?
Yeah, I like fish.
I wonder how many people actually have that tradition. That's sort of a Catholic tradition, I think, as well. I'm
not sure. I think it is Catholic, but I think it came from the Polish tradition.
Yeah.
As well.
Well, I have some Polish in my family too, and so I've had fish for Christmas Eve, right? Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. Yes.
Was there a traditional Christmas meal, Polish one that you ate?
We had beef. I just remember having beef and chicken. Yeah.
Pretty much all good food.
Yeah.
Just put it all together. How about like in terms of decorations, Rob? Did you have some like particular decorations that you did at your house, or?
We just do an artificial tree and lights in the windows.
Like you mean like candle light in the like a candle in the window, or like a light surrounding the window?
When I had the farm, we had we did have the candle lights in the windows, but now it's just regular Christmas lights.
Mm-hmm. And on your Christmas tree, what was on the top of your Christmas tree?
It was an angel.
Did you always have the same angel for your whole childhood?
For a couple of years. And then I think we went to a star. Now we're back to an angel.
Yeah. There's an angel. That's what we should take a vote. Okay. Are you an angel tree topper or a star tree topper?
I don't put a tree topper on my tree.
At all? It's just a green stick?
Yeah.
Wow.
I go au naturel.
Yeah. That's like vegan Christmas.
Well, when I was a child, we had an angel, but now that I'm grown and can do my own tree, and I'm short, I can't reach up there.
That's the reason?
That's really the reason.
All right. Well, I'm a star. I'm a star topper. So Rob's an angel topper. I'm a star topper. You're a no topper.
I'm a no topper.
Yeah. I didn't predict that option.
So let's fast forward to a week and go, what's your New Year's tradition?
Okay. Did you so you had a New Year's tradition too?
we had a New Year's tradition.
Okay.
And as Ida and Cal knows, I used to live on a 42-acre farm.
Right.
And on the top of the hill was another farm with pine trees. So my aunts and uncles and cousins and my parents and my sisters would come to the farm, and we would sled ride within the pine trees.
Amongst the pine trees.
Amongst the pine trees. And we would have a bonfire, and then my dad would take one of the tractors to pull the toboggans up the hill.
See, we didn't have toboggans. We sledded like that, but we used car hoods.
Car hoods. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Rob, he would pull the toboggan up with a tractor? Is that what you said?
Right.
This all doesn't sound safe. A tractor going through...
I don't think it is safe, but it's lots of fun, right?
That's the fun, I guess, going between the trees. Rob lives in Pennsylvania, so we're talking about the hills of Pennsylvania. Was it a big hill, Rob?
Yeah, it was a big hill.
Where did you stop? Did it flatten out, or was there a creek? I always sled ride where there's creeks.
It flattened out, and now there is about 3 or 4 houses on the farm, and there's about 2 houses within the pine trees.
Yeah, so you can't do it anymore.
No, you can't do it anymore.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Sled riding is a good time.
Yeah.
Never did it on a car hood, though.
Well, you can get a lot get on a car hood.
I bet you can.
Illinois people.
Well, you can't knock it if you've not tried it. It's lots of fun.
Now, Rob, I was told that I should ask you about a non-alcoholic Christmas.
A non-alcoholic Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a story about that?
So, I can't remember. Sometimes we would do Christmas Eve at my uncle's or my aunt's. And,
yeah,
it was either Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve.
Right.
Because we would always have New Year's Day. And my uncle had this wooden shoe.
Oh, okay.
A wooden shoe that we would fit something to drink in it. And then we would pass the wooden shoe around, wishing a Happy New Year. At midnight.
A wooden shoe.
Well,
I won't tell you what beverage was in the wooden shoe.
Oh, and what beverage was in the wooden shoe?
It wasn't. I'm not going to tell you.
It was Santa's feet go in there.
Ew.
In that wooden shoe, and definitely Santa's feet would ferment.
And I don't know who has that wooden shoe now.
So yeah, that'd be a cool artifact to have, the wooden shoe. Probably didn't make it long. Would deteriorate after a while. A wooden shoe. I wonder. Do you have any idea why he did a wooden shoe?
I have no idea why.
That's interesting. I'd be interested if anybody else has ever drunk out of a wooden shoe.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Rob, you're the only one I know in the world. Hey, Rob, we're gonna have to move forward. Thanks for coming on the show and telling us a couple of your traditions. The goal is maybe it inspires some other people's ideas and traditions. Maybe you're having memories yourself. Feel free to share them, or just get a cup of tea. Your loved ones around you and talk about your own traditions while we're talking about them as well. But Rob, we're gonna move on. Call our next person. All right.
Okay.
Say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
There you go. They're wishing you the same. All right, Rob. Let's see. How do I wonder how you hang up a phone? Oh, there it is. Okay. Bye, Rob.
Bye.
It's the red button.
Yeah, but my screen was off, so that made it harder.
Oh, yeah.
You know how it goes. Now let's see how technologically savvy I am that I can dial a phone. All right, we're going to get our next guest. Our next guest is my mother, and she's not going to tell any stories about my Christmases.
Uh-huh. Did you have her sign a waiver?
No, I didn't. I forgot to tell her that. So let's give her a call and see if we can reach her. She might not even know she's on the phone when we call, but here we go. Ringy dingy.
There we go.
This would be fun. We should just call people without them knowing that we're going to call. Don't you think?
And just
we could just
answer.
Speed dial people, and we could do crank calls.
Yes. Do you have Prince Albert in a can?
Is your refrigerator running, Mom? Up here we go.
Hello?
Hello, we have you on the air. This is Cal and Ida and friends.
Hi, Garnet.
Okay.
There's people from Canada here. There's your own family are here. There's lots of people watching.
Oh, good. Okay.
So we've been talking about Christmas with Rob. Oh, and we got your picture up there.
Yeah. And Ruth says, nice picture.
Picture from your 90th birthday.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
well, now everybody's going to know how old I am.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to say.
Way to go, Calvin.
Did I mess up the whole... Oh, goodness.
No, that's all right. I'm 94 and a half already.
Wow.
Okay.
So we want to talk. We're talking about Christmas memories tonight. We're interested in what your Christmas memories might be.
Okay. Well, one that I remember is my father, who was a tall, thin man, and he would go out into the woods and get Christmas trees, and bring them to our home and have them brought in by a truckload. And he would see that everybody in our small town got a Christmas tree, and if they didn't have any money to buy one, he gave it to them, and if they wanted to pay, they did. So it was not to make money, but just to see that everybody in this little town, almost 100 years ago, had a Christmas tree
Spreading
to
Christmas
decorate.
cheer.
Yeah, that's Christmas cheer, isn't it? Now
That's right.
But he had a big truck. He had a big truck to put them on.
That's right, he did. That's what he did. He had a couple of trucks that hauled coal to people for their furnaces. We didn't have furnaces like you have now. We put coal in ours and hauled out the ashes. So they did those kinds of things, and they also moved people. But anyhow, Christmas was just a wonderful time. My dad loved it, and our church loved it. And at church, sometimes I would often sing a solo, even just as a little girl, and then all the while I grew up. And the other thing we did at our church at Christmas time was all the kids told whatever they'd memorized, whether it was all the books of the Bible or the 23rd Psalm or, just whatever in the Bible they wanted to learn and hadn't learned it before. So we learned lots about the Bible that way. So we had, I had a big family, and
What does that mean? What does that mean? A big family?
I had 6 big brothers, and
family.
they were all different ages. One was about 18 or 20 years older than I. So we had all ages, and we would put the Christmas tree up one of our trees, and my dad made every tree look beautiful. If it had a sparse place in it, he would chisel in a limb from another tree that they were using just for spare parts. But we'd put our tree up, and the boys would help, and we would all be home Christmas Eve, and that's when it was done. And we decorated, did everything in the corner of our family room. And so that would start Christmas for us.
So Christmas Eve tree decorating.
We never did it before that. And nobody seemed to. Nobody would think of putting the lights on their trees early or anything. It all waited till Christmas Eve. And the
churches were very much telling us that Christmas Eve was about the Lord. And so we all knew that even if everybody didn't go to church, they still respected the fact that that's what the holiday was. And that's what people were doing. So, and we had colder winters. And I don't just imagine that, because I walked about a mile to school, and we wore snowsuits with the legs in them, and hoods and boots, and I walked about a mile to school. So we had to be. We were always dressed real warm, and girls did not wear pants, slacks.
Right.
We wore dresses or skirts, jumpers, all our lives.
Which is quite a trick with a snowsuit.
It was, and yet that was just the way it was.
So,
we had,
I want to take you back. I want to take you back just 1 second. Back to your Christmas tree. We were discussing.
Yes.
Did you have a traditional topping for your Christmas tree?
What?
Something on the top of the Christmas tree.
Well, we just always had an angel up there.
An angel.
We always had an angel. And and our tree would go clear to the ceiling of our home, and everybody did like big trees if they could have them. We didn't have little trees on tables or that kind of thing.
And what were the decorations on the tree?
Well, the decorations were ones that we'd saved, and there were like artificial birds. We'd have lots of little birds, and I still have a few of mine, I think. And we'd have balls, regular balls, and we would put some popcorn on our tree, and we'd make little rings of popcorn, or just to be adding to it. And our tree would be beautiful when we were finished, and we'd have it in the corner of the room, so it was decorated 3/4 around, and anything you could see was well decorated. There were loads of us to be doing it. My tall brothers, and the short ones, the younger ones. And then on Christmas morning, we each had a spot in what we called our parlor, which we used just for company to sit in. We had the family rooms where the Christmas tree was, but we'd all get in there. I don't know how we did when I think about it, where we put chairs for all of us, or how we all sat in there close to the tree, but we did. And but then in the parlor, we would have 9 places for our gifts, and we got a gift for each one of us. So we each had 8 gifts to give, and and the boys would give one to each brother, and we all did. Just gave them to Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad always had their gifts on a table that I guess it's the same table that Pat has in her home, my daughter,
right,
and your sister. And so that's where their gifts would be, in the middle of the parlor, and the others were, 3 of them would be on the sofa, and there were chairs, and they'd have a chair. And I had the piano stool, which was the one you sat in, and that's where my gifts would always be.
Yeah. Now, do you have a gift from your childhood that you remember particularly fondly? Yes,
I had a cameo ring that was one of my was a gold ring, and it was. It's been given around. I did give rings around to the granddaughters, and
that's the cameo is the one that's sort of an orangish color, that's sort of a carved, has
that's
white.
Right. It's carved lady. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And they were beautiful rings, and that was one of my best gifts. And when I was quite young, my gift that I loved, and when I think about it, I think so, but it was a pencil box. And you maybe have seen pencil boxes too, and I think I still have one or two here that just held pencils and pens, and we didn't have any pens like you have now with the ink already in them, but they were just, like almost like a pencil, and on the end you put a pen.
Yeah.
That's what you stick in the bottom
The
of
quill
it.
and the ink.
And you dipped it in ink, right?
Yeah.
And our desks at school, all had a little hole in that with a little bottle that had ink in it, because when we were learning to write and everything, we learned to write.
But they were like metal tips, right? It wasn't a quill. It was, or something like that.
Nothing like we have now. It's not nearly so easy to write anything, because you had to keep dipping it in your ink and then sort of make sure it wasn't going to come out with a big dot on the end first.
Exactly.
So you sort of have to touch it at the side, and then it would only write a few letters, usually not even a whole word. And so I got the pencil box anyhow, and it had, several things on it, little ruler, and oh my, I just thought that was a wonderful thing, because I had a desk with a roller top, a little child's desk, but it had a roller top, and I was always a teacher, and any neighbors and kids that came to play with me, all were the kids in school. And then I became a teacher when I was grown.
So we could do a whole show with you, but we have other guests as well. I want to ask you a couple more real quick questions. The first one is, did you have some favorite Christmas food?
We had a salad that I think we still have, with marshmallows and fruit, and we'd always have that salad, and that was very special for Christmas.
That was sort of almost like a dessert salad.
That's right. And we also always had cranberries. We did not make ours into a salve or it was the whole cranberries, and we loved that.
And then how about Christmas hymns? Do you have a favorite hymn?
Christmas hymn, I guess, I just think Silent Night just always thrilled me, and it still does. I've been hearing it on the TV already, and I just stop and sing it through with them usually when I'm right here.
Now, at so many churches, you light candles when you do Silent Night now on Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Was that is that an old tradition, or is that relatively new?
We did not do that at our church. We did not have the little candles and all of that. We did not.
That doesn't surprise me, but because it'd be complicated to get all those candles and.
That would have been in that many years ago, and they've been afraid of having a fire or something.
Yep.
Because we didn't have the fire trucks and all then that you have now.
Right. And well, great. Thanks for sharing your Christmas with us. I bet it spurred some thoughts in other people's minds too, and
Definitely.
their favorite Christmas as well.
Okay. If they were living long ago, they'd remember lots of those things. Okay. God bless you and yours.
All right. Thanks a lot.
I love you both.
Love you too. We'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, one more guest, Ida, for the big show.
For the big shoe.
Let's go.
Actually, two more guests.
It's 2 in 1.
Yeah.
It's 2 in 1. Let's see if I think this is it over here.
I hope so.
Now I forget which. We're going to talk to Mary Lou and John Zolko. This is our second Polish conversation, although we'll let Mary Lou explain it. So, hello.
Hi.
Let's see if
No, you got to turn out. You got to turn out, like they say on the radio. Turn down your. What do they say?
Turn down your.
Turn down the volume on your.
Whether I need to back away from the computer.
Yeah, you got to turn your volume down because we're ahead. We're earlier than what you're gonna see.
Okay, yeah, that kind of threw me off because I heard the phone ringing and you guys were still talking to Garnet.
All right.
That's the 15-second delay.
Welcome here, Mary Lou.
Yeah, nice to see you and hear
Well,
you.
hi there.
We're so glad you could make it to the show.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad. Well, and you know what? Listening to. Whoop! Wait a minute. No, I don't hear anything at all. Hang on.
You should just be listening on the phone to us.
Okay, yeah, but it sort of blanked out and then I didn't hear anything. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Good.
So
yeah.
anyways, but listening to Rob talking and Garnet, and it just brought so many other things to mind that I hadn't even thought of before.
No. Well, feel free to fill in the blanks. You got any of those right on the tip of your mind?
Well, first of all, I always argue with Rob about how to pronounce Vilia.
he actually said he predicted that this would happen.
Yeah, you know what? Because he says Wigilia, and I'm like, well, I didn't grow up knowing about that. It wasn't until I got married to another Polish person that I learned about it. That I believe the W's change into V's and the G was silent.
I suppose that's how Americanized.
What's that? Yeah.
I suppose that's how Americanized it's gotten.
Right, but talking about the Polish songs, and that just reminded me when we would get together with all of our cousins and aunts and uncles and everything, and Uncle Julius with the guitar with his squeaky little voice, and Uncle Stanley, which you say Stasiu in Polish, and he'd be on the accordion, and somebody would play the piano, and we would be singing Silent Night in Polish, and a bunch of others that I didn't know what we were saying.
Cool. I want a Christmas accordion.
Oh, no, you don't.
I want to get I could get Anna Marie a Christmas accordion, or Andy. He could play the accordion.
My sister had to play the accordion. My dad and mom decided she was going to play it. She hated it.
For Christmas?
Well,
anytime.
She had to play it. Anyway, she did not appreciate her accordion.
Sorry, Mary Lou. You got me distracted
That's okay.
from the
I was just grateful. I was worried about which picture of me you were going to put up on the screen there, so that's not bad.
No, that's a good one. Yeah, it doesn't get better than you and John together. Is John around tonight, or?
He did join us, and I believe that might have been our first anniversary when we went to Seven Springs.
It looks like it.
Somebody had given us some gift cards there, and it was a very fancy restaurant there.
Yeah, it looks like it's a rustic building that you're in. So.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, and you haven't seen me with that color hair in a long time.
All right, so how about your Christmas tree? What was your Christmas tree like?
Well, I think we did have real trees for a while, and they always gave me a rash. I guess I was allergic to them. And what was kind of cool was when we switched to artificial, they had just invented fiber optics. And it was so cool that it was on our Christmas tree, like all those little fiber optics that changed all different colors and that. And that was neat.
Did your tree move?
The tree didn't move, but somehow the colors changed in the fiber optics. So there must have been something down in the base.
Yeah.
We had an aluminum tree.
No, it wasn't one of them trees that spun around or anything like that. But, and then the other thing was, we had a fireplace in our living room, but we never used it. It didn't, I think it could have worked, but the flue was closed or whatever. And we would set up our manger scene inside the fireplace. And that always kind of bothered me as a little kid because I was afraid Santa Claus was going to smash it when he came down the chimney. And,
that's sweet.
So my parents told me that they left the front door open for him to get in that way.
There you go.
Wow. That reminds me of we used to leave out cookies and milk for Santa. Always. and then we checked to make sure the cookies and milk were gone.
We left out reindeer food too.
Reindeer food?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we didn't do that as kids at my house. I'm trying to think. We might have done it with my own children.
Yep.
But you know, when you were talking earlier about different traditions, and the one that actually started before Christmas was when that Sears catalog showed up.
Oh,
And
yeah, I
there were
forgot
four
about
of us
that.
kids that fought over it because we were supposed to make our wish list of what we wanted for Christmas. We'd go through the catalog and write down what we wanted, and we were allowed to spend up to $50 worth. And that was big money back then.
Isn't that something? I never did a Sears catalog.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, wow.
So the Sears catalog would come in the mail, and you guys would all grab it.
Right.
And then,
Yeah, but I was the third child, so it was a while until I got my hands on it.
and then did you dog ear it, or how did you or did you just show it to your parents?
Yeah, we'd dog ear it, and then you had to write it down and make a list, and you'd have to say what page number it was on and how much it would cost, so you had to keep track of the value. And you know, I don't know how many years I asked for the rock tumbler and never got it.
Aw.
Oh, Mary Lou.
You didn't get a rock tumbler.
Never got a rock tumbler.
John, if you're watching, get Mary Lou a rock tumbler.
That's right.
There you go. Maybe I need to tell John that's what I want.
It's about
I'll look
time.
online.
What's that, John?
I'll look online, see if I can find one.
There you
There you
go.
go.
John, did you have a Christmas tree growing up?
We did have a Christmas tree, always a live one. My dad was a rural raw mail carrier, so he always picked a tree from a Christmas tree farm, and we always decorated it, and it was fun.
When did you decorate it?
Usually a couple weeks beforehand. We didn't wait till like the week before. It was always a few weeks ahead of time.
And then the big question of the night is, what did each of you have on the top of your Christmas tree?
Oh, a star, or we have a star up there now. We used to always have an angel when I was little, growing up. Always an angel.
Yeah, I think ours was an angel too.
Did we switch at some point from angels to stars?
I don't know when that happened, but right now we happen to have a star on our tree. Well, but I still have the angel I made. I always laugh when I talk to my kids when they were little. They don't realize we were poor. I made my first angel for our tree out of the fabric and the trim on an old lampshade that was broken.
Mary Lou, knowing how crafty you are, that must have been something.
Well, yeah, because you know, yes, I am definitely craft impaired, and I embroidered the face and then the wings and everything.
Embroidered?
My really favorite Christmas memories are at Belfield Church, where we turn out all the lights and sing Silent Night, and everybody grabs a candle and circles the sanctuary, and that's like one of my favorite services of the year.
You get up and get out into a circle all the way around?
Yeah, Belfield
Around
Church,
the perimeter.
the perimeter. It's a big circular sanctuary, and everybody gets up. We all get a candle, and everybody gets out of their seat, and they sing Silent Night, and we light a candle, and they light one candle. The minister lights a candle, then he sends it to a few people, and they go around, and we all light it, and we sit there and turn on all the lights and just sing with the candles. It's just
Sure, that's
memorable.
beautiful.
I'll never forget
it
that.
is really
It's
pretty.
really my favorite service of the year. And we have international students read from the Bible, the Christmas story. So that's really good. PRISM, Pennsylvania Regional International Student Ministries, does that. They run that service. So it's you read the Bible story, Luke in Chinese and Japanese, and it's just wonderful.
Are they still doing that same kind of service at Belfield?
No, we're virtual this year.
Yeah, Belfield shut down again.
But that's here in... actually, there was news today that they're encouraging almost everything to shut down. So it'll be interesting to see if some churches shut down.
Yeah, your sister was at Belfield for a while.
She's on tonight.
That's
On
correct.
tonight.
She was listening
she's on
earlier.
tonight.
Yep.
Yeah. Wonderful memories.
You bet. You bet. That's a fine church in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's where it is. Right across from the University of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we are a mission church to college students.
Now, so what are your, John, what great memories of Christmas? Do you have like a Christmas that jumps out, or a Christmas story or a Christmas present that you think of?
No, I was the last of 5 kids. I always got hand-me-downs. I got hand-me-down bicycles. I got, everybody learned on the old blue bike and stuff, so I never had my own bicycle. So I finally bought my own bike, and I have a road bike, and that's why I do the MS 150.
So you know what, though? I always also had the hand-me-down bike. They actually went through our cousins, too.
Yeah, and everybody learned on that bike.
The 20-incher. So, again, it was a big deal when you were going to get the 26-inch bike, and it was brand new for you.
That's
Well, I was thinking, though, John was just telling me the story the other day about his sister and him singing, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
Yeah, we grew up in a little town called Torpedo, had 52 people, and we always had a little church there, and we'd have a church service, and my dad dressed up as Santa Claus, and I said, that's not Santa Claus, that's my dad. But my sister and I think I was 5, and she was maybe 7, and we sang I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. It's just a memorable moment. We still remember it. It was so much fun.
That's so sweet.
you were okay, and we do have to talk about food. What are the Christmas foods that you look forward to every year?
What do I like
The
to do?
foods.
Oh, the foods. I like nut rolls. I bake I'm a real big baker. I grew up. I had 3 sisters, and we all baked, and my mom was wonderful. And so we bake a lot of Christmas cookies, different things, everything from candy canes to we always make the thumbprint with the jam in it. And pecan crisp.
I thought you were going to start with homemade pierogies.
Oh, we always do that. The absolute every single Christmas Eve, the whole entire family, we always made homemade pierogi. It's cheese and mashed potatoes, and we'd have that for supper, fresh, and then we would go to the Christmas Eve service.
Oh,
So, family tradition.
oh, that sounds good. Nut roll. I hadn't thought about nut roll till just tonight. Now I'm hungry for a nut roll.
Hey, we go into Costco's and got our almonds and pecans. We're going to make them.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, so
Are you gonna put wait before you go, Mary Lou? Are you gonna put deer meat in your nut roll?
Am I going to put what meat in it?
Deer meat.
No deer meat in it.
No.
What's the matter with you?
they both got deer. I was trying to brag on your deer.
Well, I'm getting nervous. I only have 2 hunting days left. Tomorrow and Saturday. I need to get another one. There's a lot of people counting on us.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we only have 2 so far.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I distracted you, Mary Lou. What was your food?
I believe also pierogi, and I was going to ask John, did you guys not have meat on Christmas Eve? You had to wait till after midnight? And Christmas Day it was a ham, but Christmas Eve it was...
Growing up Catholic, it was a big deal to stay up to go to midnight mass when you finally were old enough to do that. And then we always came back after midnight mass and then had a big meal after midnight.
Mm-hmm. But, and we were asking Garnet about her favorite hymn, and I love Oh Holy Night. And I know this new one, it's not really a hymn, but Mark Lowry's version, Mary Did You Know? That I love it to pieces.
Beautiful.
That's a recommendation.
Yep.
Look that one up if you haven't heard it. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, so Ruth chimed in there that she's
She was there.
yeah.
That's Rob on us sauerkraut pork. No.
Well,
Wait, sauerkraut and pork, I'm seeing Rob's comment. That's for New Year's Day.
That's bitter herbs and stuff. You gotta remember that. That's
Well-
a New Year's thing.
He's breaking the rules.
it all runs. It's all one holiday for Rob. That's sort of true for me too. One big long holiday. It's the 8 days of Christmas.
Is that what it is?
Well, I'd love to talk to you more, but we've got to move on, or the show will go all night.
Yeah, I could.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling.
We've been wanting to do a show like this, so thank you so much for coming on. We really love you guys and you're regular participants in the show, so thanks for doing that.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Thanks for having us.
Okay.
Bye now.
Good weekend.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was so good.
There you go. Christmas memories. Not only that, but with Christmas hymns played in the background on guitar.
I'm telling you.
I mean, if everybody isn't drinking a cup of tea or hot chocolate,
or something out of a wooden shoe.
a wooden shoe. That's right. Let's get a wooden shoe for next week.
I think we need to.
I'm gonna look that up, see if that's some tradition somewhere.
Okay.
Well, thanks. That was fun. I want to do more of that.
Yeah. It wasn't that. Why didn't we think of this easier way to do it before? But it was really good.
Yeah, some of the technology maybe held us back. I know the calls sound like they're on the phone, but you got a sense of what was going on. So anyway, we're going to continue on with the show, shouldn't we?
I guess.
And actually, we sort of need to bring it to a close pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So let's do what we always do. Ida's saying of the week. And are you prepared for that, Ida?
I am. It's a really quick one, and it's pretty much. I chose this picture in the background because Rudolph, he was an individual. So it is by being yourself, you put something wonderful in the world that was not there before. So Edwin Elliot. So I think the moral of the story is just be yourself, because you have a lot to contribute to the world.
Yeah, that's sort of the fun of the show that we just did, is you get to hear all the different stories, and they bring up memories of your own and thoughts within your own sphere as well. So that's what we were hoping to do. We were hoping to get you in the Christmas mood.
Did
it work?
It worked for me.
So basically, angels. That's what we put on the top of Christmas trees for the most part.
And I did as a child. I just don't now.
Yeah, we did too. I think we mixed, but mostly we had an angel.
Yeah.
I think it might have to do with what the person made.
It could be. With Mary Lou, I was teasing her about her crafting, but I remember seeing she made a stuffed animal for her granddaughter. I can't remember, and it was beautiful. So I'm not sure why she says she's craft impaired.
Well, she always says that. Remember Vacation Bible School, she would always say that she wasn't very good at crafts.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm proud of that angel she made. So interested, if you're watching in any Christmas things that you want to put out there, please share them in the comments below. That was fun. Yeah.
And maybe you did as you went along. So let's do the joke of the week.
Yeah.
How about that?
Okay.
Our joker of the week is Cat, used to be Perini.
Yeah.
Garen.
There you go.
So here's a picture of Cat looking very beautiful in this shot. And Cat says, "Why was the snowman looking through... looking tough?"
It's okay. There's just one little typo there.
Yeah. Watch this.
And you're going to fix it. There you go. What typo?
Why was the snowman looking through the carrots?
I don't know. Why was the snowman looking through the carrots?
Why was the snowman looking through the carrots, Cat?
Oh, no.
He was picking his nose.
I usually apologize in advance. I should have.
You can pick your snow friends, and you can pick your nose, but you shouldn't pick your snow friend's nose.
Is that how it goes? All right. Thank you, Catherine.
Catherine, that was a fun one. Thank you very much. On with the big show. How about some shout-outs? Anybody have shout-outs or anything that you want to say? Now's the time to do it. Got birthdays and...
I do have a couple birthdays, but I wanted to mention that our friend Sam Hazelbush is going to be doing a Facebook Live concert on Saturday, December 12th. So, and it's posted on our Uniquely the Same Friends page. So if you can join, you will not be disappointed by hearing Sam sing. So.
Saturday the 12th. That's just 2 days from now.
2 days from now, yeah.
So we had a concert last week.
Yeah, with Andy.
With Andy
Casillo.
and his and
Lanky and the Tanks.
Yeah, Lanky and the Tanks.
Anna Marie Clark.
Yeah, with guests. And then that'll be fun. Yeah, I'll try to look for Sam this week. I see Ruth says that eggnog. We didn't talk about eggnog. No one mentioned eggnog.
It's salmonella waiting to happen.
Oh, eggnog is one of the best parts of that is definitely one of the egg. So I'm going with the eggnog and the nut roll.
Eggnog.
Looking for that tomorrow. I got to get in the mood.
Okay.
That might have been. And then Rob also reports that that the funny thing about the wooden shoe story was that his cousin was walking around in it before they brought it out.
Kristen says a peppermint milkshake.
Ooh.
Made with candy canes. That sounds good.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah. We do a weird Christmas dinner, so I...
You do a weird Christmas dinner?
I mean, it's not weird, but it's different.
Okay.
You know, we used to do the traditional Christmas dinner, like ham and turkey and all that, and then we had a death in the family, and everyone was grieving at the time, so we decided we would create a new tradition. So every Christmas we do a Mexican Christmas. We have enchiladas and salsa and avocado, guacamole and margaritas.
Wow!
So we do a Mexican Christmas. Feliz
It's
Navidad.
like the opposite of the Catholic Christmas. It's all meat.
Everybody looks forward to it. What can I say? It's a different kind of holiday for us.
Oh my!
We have some birthdays.
That peppermint milkshake sounds good.
That sounds. So now you're gonna have eggnog, a peppermint.
Yeah, I think maybe I do need like 12 days of Christmas food. Because the cookies sounded pretty good too. I forgot, those little thumbprint ones.
Yeah, with
forgot
the
about
jam
that.
in them. Mm.
Yeah, I forgot about. I don't know. You're not gonna be able to share cookies with any because you're not allowed to see anybody anymore.
Right. You can't even take homemade cookies to school. Even when before this, you had to take everything had to be pre-wrapped. So I don't know. That takes the joy out of some of it. We have a few birthdays. I don't know if I only have 4
birthdays.
Yeah, Donna Houston on the 10th. Our friend Joe Hart on the 11th.
Yeah.
We should bring Joe in sometime.
Yep.
Rebecca Kerr on the 12th and Kathy O'Malley on the 15th. So happy birthday to all of you.
I don't know if I can get there fast enough to mine. So might just have to skip mine this week.
We can fill them in next week.
Does anybody else have any shout outs to their birthday friends? This is the time to do it.
My husband says enchiladas, a Blevins family
enchiladas. That's an interesting one. Yeah, I gotta admit, that's a different sort of. Haven't known that one before. Yeah, they're always switching the way Facebook works, so I always am challenged to find things. Did you get Kevin? I didn't hear Kevin. You say Kevin Sloniker.
I didn't. How did I miss Kevin?
Kevin Sloniker is on December 8th.
Well, happy birthday, Kevin.
That was a recent birthday.
Yeah,
that's why.
He was on last week.
He probably was on last week's show. That was good. Amy Kubicek. That's a Johnny and Friends person. So you might, and that's the only ones I have to add. One in error.
It doesn't ever hurt to say happy birthday twice.
That's right. You can't get sued.
And Mary Lou said she had a birthday on the 9th of December, so happy birthday to you too, Mary Lou Zolko.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Birthdays.
Yeah.
Why is Rob to go? Oh, Hershey's to get a milkshake. Rob and I tried to get it. That'd be a long way to go to not get it. Rob and I went a long way and didn't get a milkshake. We went to Hershey. So let's do it again, Rob. Let's go all the way to Hershey and not get a milkshake.
Kristen says putting cookies and milk out for Santa on Christmas Eve. That's a big tradition, too.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
That's a fun one. I think that's it.
Okay. Well,
I don't know if that's it. Let me see. I got.
He may have more.
Yeah. Let's see what.
Oh, we forgot to say goodbye to the YouTube.
Such a sad day.
It is.
My YouTube friends, we're going to have to say au revoir. We'll see you next week. We'll be here next Thursday, YouTube friends. But this is the end of the show for you all. And we will see you next week. We like to say, I'm uniquely the same. You're uniquely the same. Together, we can change the world. Check out the videos that are recommended there and down below. Bye-bye.